Hi, in this video we're going to cover source of volume and show you how to do that in the Conjoint analysis simulator. We're going to go through some quick tips to make it extra fast. Let's hop right into the simulator. So when we open up the simulator, we're going to quickly go to the Units tab, and we're going to look at how many units is forecasted for each of these products. Now, when we're talking about source of volume, units is the most likely measure because usually the question is, if I'm going to make improvements and make my product better, sales are going to go up. It's going to have to come from somewhere. And are we going to source our sales or our units from our own other products or from the competitors? You could do source of volume in terms of revenue or profit, but typically units is what's going to make the most sense. So here we are taking a look at units, and just for fun, let's actually look at product number 5, which is Kit Kat. So Kit Kat currently has $14.92 for sales or for units sold in the forecast. And let's go ahead and make some changes here to the Kit Kat product. So let's change it from a bar to a cup. Let's make it all natural, contribute to a social cause, and upgrade the price to $1.49. Okay, so once we've done that, it takes just a second and all the numbers will update. And we will see the Kit Kat number is new, 3206. So that went up quite a bit based on those configuration changes that we had done. And what you may also notice is that all of the other competitive products have changed as well. So given that Kit Kat is better now, all the other are probably going to lose something. Now you could just take this value here, copy paste this row, and stick it into Excel and then compare it from the base level. Perfectly legitimate way, probably the old way we used to do these things, to look at the source of volume, because the difference between where it was before and here is going to be the source of volume given that we made that change. But let's go over some other ways that we can go about this. So first thing that we want to do is go to the Scenarios tab. And we're going to name a new scenario tab. And give it a descriptive name. So we're going to call this Kit Kat Changed. And save the scenario. And now this is available to select. And now what we want to do is actually, just to get started, we actually want to load up our base case to go back to where we were before we made those changes for Kit Kat. Let's go to the Comparison tab. And here, now that we're at the base level, this is the starting point, we want to hit the Reset Comparison button. This will generate a chart for us that shows us what the units, let's go to units instead of revenue. So this will show us what the units are for each of the products, what they were when we hit the button, and what they are now that we've changed. So we can actually, now that we've hit the Reset Comparison button, let's go to Scenarios really quick, and let's load up our Kit Kat scenario. Now back here we get some updates, and we can see that our units for the Kit Kat bar went from 1492 to 3206, and all of the other competitors lost a little bit. There's a little bit more information here, so we scroll all the way down to the bottom. This comparison outcomes is something that only changes when you push the button at the top. So the static units for Kit Kat when we started was 1492. Nothing in this table will change until you push the button up above. This one here is the dynamic output. So we've got the units here, and it's moved to 3206, and that's currently where it is based on the current configuration. And then this top level table here is this is the difference between the two. This will take the dynamic number and subtract out the comparison, and we can see that Kit Kat went up by 1714 in terms of units. But the other cool thing is we can see who lost in terms of units. So small change for 100 grand and Butterfinger, bigger change for Ghirardelli and Hershey's Milk, and maybe the biggest change here for Nestle Crunch. So we can see this nice source of volume, and this is actually the piece that we wanted without having to go and do the calculations in Excel ourselves. Now you can still take this table, the whole table, or one row at a time, and stick it into Excel for additional analysis. But as long as we're making changes, we can do anything that we want on this tab and explore what's going to happen. So it looks like the units weren't quite as favorable. But for any scenarios we're interested in, we can also go back to the scenario and save a descriptive name that we can use again at a later date. Well, if you're enjoying this video and the other ones we've done, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when we have more. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.